Yes, sir. You already know what it is. Day 5, and we were falling behind, so it's the same exact outfit. We're just doing these back to back. Hopping right in with what we missed from day 4. You already know we had to get it abandoned. If you noticed, we didn't get to this one. It's first thing on our list as soon as we woke up the next day. So, Abandoned. It is a good movie. It stars Emma Roberts, and she's good from American Horror Story and the Scream TV series and all that stuff. Like you know who she is. She's a good actress. I enjoyed the movie. I'm not gonna say or spoil anything about it, but there are a couple things that I immediately was like, oh, I could have did this, and this would have made like maybe it be like maybe even a little scarier or whatever. I don't want to say like I know anything better than the actual directors or anything. It's a good movie. Definitely check it out. But I feel like it could have hit extra levels. Like it could have went a couple levels higher. But Johanna very much enjoyed it. And it's not too scary or too creepy. Keeps you on your edge of your toes. Edge of your seat, tip of your toes. It does keep you like paying attention. So yeah, so Abandoned. It was definitely worth the watch. Will I be watching it again? Most likely not. That's just it. But Johanna will. So that's where it is. Like it's everybody's preference, right? For me, not my cup of tea. It is the last on my list. Spoiler. Next up, we have Coraline. Coraline, first time ever watching this. I very much enjoyed this movie. I will be going back to this one for sure, for sure. Probably within the month. Might just throw it on in the background. Nothing more to really say about this. It is. I love the story of Coraline. Very interesting story. Now let's talk more about it for you guys who don't know. It's a 2009 film, and its cast is actually pretty good. As Dakota Fanning as Coraline, Ian McShay. It has the voice of the cat is Keith David, and when I heard Keith David, I'm like, this guy is the voice of everything. Yeah, 91% on Rotten Tomatoes, 7.8. Very good movie. Can't believe I haven't like all the Tim Burton movies. It's actually his family horror. So I guess there are horror movies that fall under family movies too. So that's pretty cool. I would throw all these type of movies. It's based off of a 2000 novel by Neil Gaiman. Gaiman. That's cool. 7-year turnaround. Put that book out, and Tim Burton was like, "Yup." That's awesome. Oh, he started writing Coraline in 1990, and it was published in 2002. So, just goes to show, hard work pays off. Don't rush anything. He could have rushed this and it not been as good and probably never made into a movie. Or sold it to somebody who isn't as good as a director as Tim Burton and never became as big as it was. So I know it was a pretty big movie. Oh, it's not made by Tim Burton. Written and directed by Henry Selick. He is known for directing other stop-motion movies like The Nightmare Before Christmas and James and the Giant Peach. You know what's funny? Is I always thought The Nightmare Before Christmas was also Tim Burton. Say what? That's craziness. The more you know. The more you know. Yeah, so, we won't get into that one because we're gonna be watching that one later on. But yeah, Coraline, very good movie. I'm sorry. I kept saying Tim Burton. I'm very sorry, Henry Selick. You, my friend, or a very great director. I will not make that mistake ever again. That is awesome. Alright, well, that's pretty cool. That's not the rest of the movies, though. Side Effects is the next movie. So, yeah. Side Effects is a pretty good movie. It doesn't really fall under horror. It's a thriller, but it has... that keep you on your toes. Honestly, like, some horror movies, some like, that would fall under that category, don't really scare me that much, and if the story's not even that intriguing, they're kind of boring, you can kind of see things coming. This one, it's got some spins, some twists that you're not going to see coming. It's got that blood, you know, and it's got that, it just plays with your brain a little bit. So, I enjoyed it. I would definitely watch it again. I've watched it probably two times before, 2 or 3 times. Each, I like to give a good amount of space because I like to forget the story, so then I get really surprised. And unfortunately, it's not like that perfect where you're gonna memorize the story. So if you give it a couple years, you will forget about it, and then you watch it again and you go, oh yeah, pretty good. And then you don't watch it again for a while. But yeah, as Channing Tatum, Jude Law, huge fan of both of them. I think Channing Tatum is underrated. He can sometimes put together like some really good acting. Rooney Mara is the main actress, and she's supported, by Catherine Zeta-Jones. I'm surprised she wasn't in the main, like, grouping. But yeah, Catherine Zeta-Jones, and, let's see. Yeah, see, I've watched a bunch of her. Oh yeah, Wednesday. That's what, I just watched her on Wednesday, so I'm like, okay, she looks like I just watched her in something. Yeah. Anyways, if I was covering TV shows, obviously, definitely check out Wednesday. Season 2 was okay. I only seen parts of it. Season 1 was okay. I only seen parts of it, but I know Johanna really liked it. So, if she were here, she would tell you to check that out. I don't want to spoil it. It's a smart, clever thriller with plenty of twists. It's got 4 really good actors and actresses in it. A compelling story. Let's see. I don't want to say anything about the story because I don't want to ruin it. So yeah, like, because literally it's that good if you watch it and you don't know what's coming. For like, Rotten Tomatoes has 82%, 77.1 on IMDb. For watchability, it's very good if you just like forget. For me, anyways, like, I want to forget a little bit and then get re-surprised. It's not like one of those where I like to know everything. Like some movies where you know the next scene that's coming, you don't care because it's such an awesome scene. It's not like that, but still a great movie. And last but not least, this movie, Dawn of the Dead. It doesn't matter if you know the next scene that's coming or not. I traumatized myself. Quick story about this movie. When I was a child, my bedroom was on like the main level or whatever, but so my bedroom, then there was like a little hallway, and it was like one of those T hallways where there's like a bathroom, another bedroom, and then it goes like out, like there's like that opening, one of those big openings, and then there's like the living room, kitchen goes over here. So if you're in my bedroom and the doors open a crack and you look out, you could look straight out like the arches or whatever, and then there's the TV, the living room TV. So my parents would be watching like pay-per-views and stuff. And in 2004, when Dawn of the Dead was out, I was like 8 years old or whatever. Yeah, March 19th, so I would have been 8 years old. I'm laying, and I noticed if I flipped and I laid where my feet should be instead of have my feet there, if my head was there and I peeked a little bit, I could look right out and watch the TV. And then I could hear when they were moving or whatever to go to the bathroom, and I would just, quietly flop back over. So I watched Dawn of the Dead, and I have the worst horror nightmare ever. Basically, like, it was the end of the movie. See, I don't want to say anything, because this would ruin It's something that happens in the movie though, and I basically had to kill a zombie. But it was my sister. My sister got bit basically, and I had to kill her. That's not that what happens at the end of the movie. Obviously, like that happens throughout the movie. When somebody turns, you gotta kill them. But yeah, I almost like went into a couple details that I shouldn't have. But don't worry, this won't spoil it. But anyways, this was so traumatizing to me because I'm supposed to protect my younger sister. So she's like fucking 5 at this time or whatever, and I'm 8. She's like 6 or 5, depending. No, she would have been like 6. She's just 2. Anyways, so I'm supposed to protect her. I have this nightmare where I have to kill her, and then so I wake up screaming. Mom runs in, all that, like, oh. I tell her. She's like, "Were you watching them?" And I'm like, "Damn!" Busted immediately. And then, yeah, they figured that out. That it's just a funny story. So, anyways, I have like a lot of these scenes just burned into my brain, and some of them were traumatizing. But then once I got older and I got to rewatch the movie again, and I knew these scenes were coming, it's kind of like you get over them. So that's why it's kind of like, I don't know if you should watch scary movies as a child, because you kind of get through things the more you watch it. You understand that it's not real and all that stuff. But anyways, just thought that was a funny story. Watching all these scenes, it's like, yeah, I can play the whole movie in my... I got a hair in my eye. Anyways, yeah, re-dyed that too. Also messed up my beard, so I don't know if I said that in this video. Anyways, we gotta wrap this up. But it's a remake of 1978 Dawn of the Dead film by George A. Romero, his Dawn of the Dead series. So we're slowly making our way there. We did Shaun of the Dead. That got me into wanting to watch Dawn of the Dead. We might watch one more of the remakes, The Lost of the Dead. And then I think that's the one with the guy from The Mentalist or whatever. Either way, we're gonna make our way to the real of the Dead series, but the remake is just so good, and I have that memory of it. I actually have this ranked in my top 3 right now of like the first 20 movies that I had to watch of October. That's how much I love this movie. It's got a 77% on Rotten Tomatoes, 7.2 IMDb, 3.4 Letterboxd. It's got Ving Rhames or Ving Rhames or however you want to pronounce his name. It's directed by Zack Snyder. It's just so good. I just love this movie so much. It's got like, I don't want to ruin. Sarah Polley is the main actress. Yeah, if you know anything about this movie, it's a bunch of people get stuck in a mall during the zombie apocalypse. But there are so many awesome, memorable scenes in this movie. Basically, I could go on and on about every single scene in this movie. I don't want to spoil it. I just really like this one. Yeah. Top 3 so far of October. And I've watched now 24. Counting today, up to today, I've watched 24 movies. As of this list... what is that? This list is 19. So yeah, this is... Oh, this would be 2 of 19. Something that I watched today beat it out. But we're getting ahead. We're getting ahead. That being said, we were able to get 2. We got Abandoned and Side Effects off the main list. I was able to throw in Coraline and Dawn of the Dead. It was a successful day. How did we do day 6, which is today, which would be tomorrow? I'm getting confused now. I'm annoying myself talking like this. I'll see you in the next one. Deuces.